Let's bring in Ryan Dietrich, the chief market strategist at Carson Group, CNBC contributor. Welcome to you. So what are we up so far year to date? About 8%?
Right about 8%. And it's fun to be here in person.
Yes.
Way to battle through. I know you're not feeling 100%. So
thank you. You're going to regret that you that it worked out this way.
That's right.
But so we're up 8% now. You think we go, and you said this all along, maybe we're 15, 16% by the end of the year. That sounds pretty good to me. But is there anything brewing that could potentially spoil that party?
Sure, there's always something brewing, but big picture, coming into this year, we said maybe 15% at Carson Group. And back in March, and everybody else was cutting their targets. We never did. We still saw more positives than negatives. I think what's fascinating about yesterday, another guest might have said this, but I'll dive in for a second. More stocks in the S&P up than down, even though you're down more than 1%. That's only happened like 5 times, going back almost 20 years, at least 20 years worth of data. So pretty rare. You saw more stocks above their 20-day moving average, their 50-day moving average, and 200-day moving average yesterday than the day before. In other words, breadth expanded. We all understand what's going on, right? But technology's going lower, but it is rotating. And I've been coming on the network for a while saying we like industrials, we like financials. To see this rotation is really a good sign. There's other things we like. We get into that. But I think it's constructive to have a little break in June swoon. Not overly surprising.
If you're one of those people who thinks we kind of redistribute the gain, and I know what you're saying, don't worry, don't overthink this, just stick with the S&P 500. That for a lot of people, that's good news. What about if you want to overthink it and go, okay, well, if technology is going to, it's top heavy in the index, do you want to do something to kind of, it's a tough thing. If you back off of your exposure there, you potentially miss out on some of the best gains. But I know there are some people who are looking to back off of their exposure. How should they do that? Yeah,
barbelled approaches are really good. That's some things we've done at Carson. You can have your large cap tech over here and maybe some small cap exposure over here. You look at small caps. I mean, you have regional banks breaking out, community banks breaking out. Obviously, biotech's been strong. So there's different areas. You can have momentum on one side, low volatility on the other. That way you are, to a degree, hedged. We're slightly overweight technology still here. But overall, I know it's volatile, and our buddy Dan Ives says, maybe third or fourth inning. So I kind of listen to Dan, but there's still reasons, I think, to think this is going to go longer. One more that's interesting. This is now the 8th longest bull market since World War II, Kelly. Okay, what's that mean? Look at the previous 7. 6 of them lasted at least 5 years. The average length was 7 years. We're not saying it's going to go 7 years. This one's about 3.5 years old. But look at history. Bull markets just don't end. Usually it's something come to the Fed or maybe a 100-year pandemic. We're not seeing those worries right now.
You know what I think whenever I talk to you? I think you don't talk about the Fed a lot. You don't really get hung up on a hike or a cut or this. I mean, in the long sweep of the stock market, how much does the Fed matter?
Yeah, I try to avoid the F word is what I say when it comes to the Fed. The Fed matters, of course. And one thing with us, at the start of the year, the question was, how many times will the Fed cut? We said at the beginning of the year, no, that's the economy be stronger, inflationary growth environment. They probably will have trouble cutting, is how we put it. Now everybody's saying how many hikes they're going to have. Well, we say no. We think the Fed is on pause. That matters, sure, but earnings, profit margins, what's going on globally. I mean, those things matter more, and that's why we're having a good year so far.
One more on that note, because the stock market discounts the future. We had this incredible 20+% earnings growth in Q1, similar gains for the rest of the year. How are we going to lap that? Do we need to worry that the first quarter earnings season next year could be lackluster because it has to comp a 20-some% Q1 of 26?
That's a great point. And it's true. I mean, that bar is getting awfully high. I guess 3 months ago, people might have said the bar was high, and we saw what happened. I think still, though, with profit margins, what they're doing, what Apple said last week, or I guess the Wall Street Journal with Apple said, listen, profit margins, raising prices. So profit margins are still going to be strong. I mean, those are still things that matter. And if everyone's talked about the Mag 7, yes. But the 493 is doing really well. We know on a price basis doing much better, but on an earnings basis doing well. And look around globally, there's not a recession, anywhere globally that we see. And the U.S. is probably going to lead the second half of the year thanks to a better labor market that's going to really improve, we think, here.